dear captains, dear chief engineers, dear officers and crew. Today I wish to introduce to you something new. And with your loyalty, help and dedication to the project, we are going to open a new chapter of collaboration. We have signed up to a new service which you can use on board, which is called Sealenic. Sealenic will be your new assistant, and it will help you in many ways. It will use artificial intelligence. Sealenic is working like ChatGPT, only better, because it uses sources which are directly related to ship type, equipment, technical aspects, manuals, to the regulatory requirements, learning from past audits, certification, ISM, ISPS, cargo, dangerous goods, etc. And what will be very interesting for you is Sealenic does not care which language the source is and which language you are communicating with. With Sealenic, we are going to professionalize a development which we have observed anyway going on, and when you always anyway use AI like ChatGPT or Copilot, where crew and professionals look for advice. The only difference is that we have the sources streamlined and under our control. Sealenic is not a black box that replaces expertise and your experience. It is a smart assistant that helps engineers and officers to understand what's really going on below deck. When something goes wrong, an alarm, a sudden unexpected vibration, an unexpected temperature spike, AI helps to sort signal from noise. It's like having a technical colleague who has read every manual, seen every failure, and remembers every pattern. When you ask, it will give you answers. It's assisted diagnostics and smart support in real time. AI helps you to understand why a component misbehaves and not just that it did. And by learning from past issues, it becomes a more helpful advisor over time. In troubleshooting, time matters. Less guessing, more knowing. In this role, AI doesn't decide, it suggests. It doesn't command, it supports. Engineers remain in charge. The system says, this pattern matches a previous fault in a similar vessel. Or this vibration started after a valve was serviced. Then the crew assesses, confirms, and acts. In this way, AI reinforces, not replaces technical judgment. It gives skilled professionals better visibility into hidden systems behavior, helps avoid misdiagnosis, and reduces time lost to trial and error. Used this way, AI is less about automation, more about clarity. It helps us understand complex machine not just faster, but better. So think about yourself, an actual case where trouble has happened, where pressure was on you to bring a solution forward. You had to explain the reason and where it was needed that you accurately report to the superintendent what is going on. Hand to your heart. How many times did you get stuck and needed some more ideas what was needed to be checked? How many times did it frustrate you to find the right pages and explanation in the manuals and to understand the meaning? Here's where Sealenic comes into play to support you. Understand AI as a tireless assistant with superhuman focus and lightning fast pattern recognition. Sealenic will be able to recognize similar symptoms to match a known failure from a long time ago. You can use Sealenic as a sparring partner, like in a training for a box fight. You can literally discuss with Sealenic different approaches and report to him what you already know about the symptom. What we want to achieve is that you use Sealenic wisely. In troubleshooting, you can hence expect that Sealenic will give you some suggestions when you report the symptom of an abnormal behavior. So you can then take the suggestions and work on it. So you have already some path down the engineering route to find a solution. And here comes the most important part, where we count on you. You are the engineers on board. And it is up to you, with your knowledge, experience, and feeling, which AI will never replace, to assess the correct solution. It is you who can do the filtering of likelihood, of reasons, and solutions, maybe bullshit Sealenic might give to you. And that is what makes a good engineer an officer, selecting the good path and discarding the way which is technically not reasonable or likely. It is you who can then prioritize the work and delegate it further. So the next step is then that you list the suggestions from Sealenic and remark what is likely or not likely and take it as your starting point for your reporting to us and your troubleshooting. You will then make your notes in the defect form and your suggestions and remarks. So that is where we really like to work ahead and where we understand what you are observing and what you have checked already. In the end, we have a document which then can be used also for your colleagues to find answers quickly. Because the defect report form, when properly filled with good information and maybe even root cause and preventive action, will then be used as a source for Sealenic. What Sealenic will also be a good tool for is to help to find the right answers and explanation to regulation, certification, and compliance. We are going to put access to certification folders, ISM manuals, etc. We remind you, however, Sealenic will never bring you any new solution. It indeed has to refer to, know, and combine sources. And here's where your loyalty to the company and also to your colleagues within your fleet comes into play. Sealenic is only as good as the sources it is provided with. It is like feeding brain food for the superhuman assistant. We have therefore put a big effort into selecting the good sources, such as manuals, makers' guidances, certificates, external literature, and advices. The sources will also comprise of troubleshooting guidances. But we also count on you, that you will be sharing knowledge, will write the defect reports in a good manner with the help of Sealenic, so that we can have a safe, fast, and reliable reference to any solving of malfunction. One concern you might still have, I want to raise with you. AI in shipping doesn't replace craftsmanship, captains, engineers, or operators. However, it gives you sharper eyes, better foresight, and decision support that cuts through complexity. In a world of unpredictable seas and growing demands, AI becomes the invisible crew member that never sleeps and always learns. With all the enthusiasm I have for AI, one thing we should warn ourselves always. We should keep our educated and professional feeling alive. Continue learning ourselves and remember what has happened, how it happened, and how it was solved. We must keep prevention measures always in focus. Prevention goes hand in hand with your experience. That is a fundamental key to a successful ship operation. And we should also not trust AI blindly. The human feeling, emotion, and what you have as experience should always be on top of AI. Sealenic will always be only the assistant. The educated decider, craftsman, engineer, officer, and master will be you.